all you powerful manifestors to the AOM Art of Manifestation channel. I'm Sterling Mire, Manifestation Coach. People ask me all the time what I do for a living, and I tell them I'm a manifestation coach. But then the next question is, what is manifesting? The simple answer is, it's something that you're doing all the time, from moment to moment. Every single minute of the day, you are creating, you are manifesting. You are a master manifester. But the problem is when we are unconsciously manifesting, unconsciously creating, we often get the things that we don't want. The key is to be a conscious creator. And that way we can have all the experiences and all the outcomes we truly want every minute of the day. The fundamental truth is life has no inherent meaning. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that there's nothing in life that we perceive that comes with a meaning. And the meanings are what gives us our experiences and our outcomes. So, if nothing in life comes with an inherent meaning, we have to be the ones to create the meanings. And that's how it all begins. In fact, we're going to talk about the manifestation origins. When we first come into the world, we are just babies. We are just we are human beings. And we're not really engaging in the manifestation process just yet. We're being observers. Yes, we do cry and we get uncomfortable and we get comforted and we, be surprised. I mean, we do have a range of emotions. However, this is more along the lines of survival instincts. This isn't really the manifestation process at work. But the manifestation process actually starts when we learn simple language around the age of 3. We learn good, bad, right, wrong. And I'll give you a perfect example. So imagine a 3-year-old toddler spills a beverage on the couch. And the parent responds by saying, "Oh no, my new couch," and runs and gets something to clean it up. So while that's happening, that baby's actually creating meaning. According to the way the parent responded, the child goes, "Oh, that must be bad. And because I did that, I must be bad." So therefore, that's when we start to create the meanings in our lives, including the meanings that we have around us. And once those seeds get planted, that forms our belief system. And if we have a belief system in place, then we're going to create according to that belief system. And we're going to experience and receive outcomes that's in alignment to what it is that we believe. And as that child gets older and takes that into their world, they're constantly reinforcing this belief unknowingly by creating situations and meanings that then reinforces that belief, and the cycle continues into the adult years. And it gets a little more, if we have that fundamental belief that, oh, I'm bad or I do wrong things, then we can create offshoots like there must be something wrong with me or I'm not good enough and things like that. They become a little more sophisticated as we get older. However, that root is there, and you can imagine like a tree, then it creates all these branches that are related to that root. So I'll give you another example. As we get older, we have a flat tire and we're running late to work, and we go, "Oh my gosh, this is bad." That's what I'm making it mean. I'm also making it mean that if I'm late to work, my job is going to be on the line. And then what I made it mean about me is, "Oh my God, I'm so stupid for not leaving earlier or checking my tires. I should have known." So that's how it gets created. Then we go into the meeting and we're stressed, and we've got this belief in this creation that's actually driving our experiences and producing our outcomes. And this is how it all begins. So I'll give you another example. Like if I go to a restaurant, right? I decide I want to go to this restaurant. And I choose it because I created, I'm going to like it. So I go there with this belief that I'm going to like it, and I find all kinds of things that I like about it to reinforce what it is that I believe. So I have this amazing experience because I created it, and my outcome is that I feel satisfied when I go home, happy that I had that experience. But it wouldn't have happened otherwise. You see, we create everything in our world. We are 100% responsible. And when we actually claim that responsibility, it gives us the ability to recreate anything outside of that belief system that we originally created that will suit us better. So this way we can start to deconstruct those faulty beliefs that don't serve us, that create limitations and constraints in our lives. Once we understand how we created it, we can recreate. And that's the beauty of it. So another example would be, if I just wake up in the morning and something happens that I don't like happening, right? And I go, oh, that's bad. Or, and I make this meaning up around it. And then something else goes wrong. And then something else goes wrong. We've all had experience of days like that where everything seems to go wrong all the time. And we can't seem to get out of it. And we just go, oh, this was a terrible day. Everything went wrong. But you know what? We created it and we designed it to be exactly like that. However, when you start to master the manifestation process, you will not have any days like that. And you're going to be able to create on the onset your day and have it show up exactly the way that you want it to be. Your experiences and your outcomes. Going back to the restaurant, think of it like this. The restaurant's actually just a building housing food. It has no meaning. That is all that it is, period. But I create the rest. Also, I wanted to say that with that example that I gave of the 3-year-old, this is an excellent exercise that you can do with yourself to see how you've created things. And I call it breaking down the blocks. So what you could do is get a sheet of paper and write on one side of the sheet, the left-hand side, you'll write a box, draw a box, and on top of that, write the situation. Next to that box, draw another box, and on top of that, write the meaning. And the third box underneath, draw another one, and on top of that, write what I made it mean about myself. So in the case of the 3-year-old, spilt beverage, and then the meaning was bad, and what the child made it mean was that they were bad. This is such a powerful exercise. It is so illuminating, and you can use it with anything and everything you create to be able to see how that is untrue, how you created something that you may not want to create, and so you can recreate it right there on the spot. You can create any meaning that you want. We are designed to create meaning because we are creators. All life is a series of creations and experiences. So if I create a meal, I experience creating it, and I also experience eating it. If I create a conversation, I am engaging in a conversation, and I'm creating meaning, and I'm experiencing it, and I have an outcome. In fact, you're creating right now as you listen to me talking, you watch me talking, you're actually creating thoughts, you are coming up with all kinds of ideas. That is creating, and it's something that we can't opt out of. It's something that we're doing every second of the day. Doesn't it behoove us to learn how to master the manifestation process and make that a priority in our lives so we can have all the experiences and all the things that we truly want every single day? So join us on our next episode where we're going to talk more about mastering the manifestation process and how you can be that amazing creator in your world, creating your days perfectly and flawlessly. Also, if you want more information, you can always visit the website getyourlifenow.com, as well as there is the AOM System Manifestation Mastery in 30 Days book available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. Until I see you next time, create responsibly. Thank you so much for watching.